I bet you were wondering where I've been. What a week. Oh my god. Alright. Where to start? Okay. Let's start with the worst part of my week. I was the victim of a card swiping fraud at a gas station. My debit card, I have a prepaid MasterCard that I have a savings account, but I don't have a checking account. I have a prepaid MasterCard. Green Dot, actually. And I have my checks deposited onto that. Well, I bought gas, and there must have been a skimmer card on the gas station because a fraudulent charge of $105 showed up on my Green Dot. So I call up Green Dot. I get this Indian lady who's no help at all. I'm explaining to her that, there's a charge on here. I need them to cancel the charge. Get this. They can't just cancel the charge. Oh, no. I have to go online, download a form, print it out, hand fill it in, and send it to them so they can inquire into it. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm telling you, my credit card company, that this is a fraudulent charge, and you're telling me you can't just stop it. I've got to fill out paperwork and mail it to you? Are you crazy? So then I asked to talk to a supervisor, and she informed me there were no supervisors. So she was a supervisor. I'm like, no, you're not. She says, well, I can pass it up to a superior. It'll take 3 to 5 business days for them to call you back about your situation. I lost it on the phone. I can't tell you how many cuss words come out of my mouth. I lost track. I'm screaming at I almost threw my iPhone across the front of the house there onto the driveway. I was so mad. I have not been that mad in, I can't even remember. She really upset me. I mean, really upset me. So then I called PayPal because it shows as a PayPal account. Went to my PayPal, nothing on my PayPal there, so I knew it wasn't a real PayPal account charge through my PayPal. So I call up PayPal, get an American, someone who could speak English. Nice. And she says, oh yeah, she's the one that told me about, you were the victim of a card skimming thing. She says, I can see over here. She says, we'll stop payment on that. She says, we'll reverse the payment back to you. Well, here's the thing. PayPal did all they could for me. God love PayPal. But it takes up to 2 weeks for them to search and make sure this isn't a bigger problem. Not just me, but maybe some other people. So they canceled the thing, but the money may not go back for like 2 weeks, depending on how fast Green Dot works. Well, we all know how well that phone call went to Green Dot. So I call Green Dot back up. And I say, listen, because the lady at PayPal says, you got to cancel that card. She says, they got your PIN number. They got your expiration date. She says, yeah, that card is, she says, that's toast. Don't use it. Get rid of it. So I call back Green Dot and I say, listen, I got to cancel my card. I need you to send me some new ones. I got a different Indian dude. He says, yeah. He says, it'll cost you $4.95. I'm like, you're going to charge me for a new card because I was the victim of a card skimming thing, and you're not doing anything to stop the payment, yet you're going to charge me $4.95 for a new card. And sure enough, they took that money out of that account, which is now frozen because I got to wait for the new card, reactivate that to get back into my account. So the money I had in that account is now frozen. Plus, I'm minus $105. Oh, yeah. You can see where this is all going, right? Uncle Mike is about to lose his cool. I get through that. I'm just livid. I go to bed, and it aggravates me all night long. But it gets better. Now, my iPhone is on Sprint. Sprint is up for an upgrade already, but if I wait until the 19th of September, I'm actually through the official 2 years. So I was doing some research. Straight Talk has a plan almost identical to mine for $60. I pay $109 a month for my phone. And the Sprint service hasn't been the best as the last 6 months have gone on. So I got an old SIM phone, a HTC Ozone. So I figured, you know what? Why not order up the Straight Talk SIM card, put it in the phone, try it now, see if it works, see if it gets better signal strength, and if I can switch to that one, then wait until September, save myself almost $50 a month, get the same service. Yeah, I gotta buy a phone, but I've been thinking about upgrading to the Galaxy S5. If you watch Facebook or Twitter, you would know I've been talking about this. Because I've seen the iPhone 5 and it's nice, but I love the screen size of the Galaxy, and it's got a lot of interesting features. I had bad luck with the Androids. That's why I went to this iPhone to begin with 2 years ago. But there are some drawbacks on iPhone. Yeah, the apps were great, but you pay for most of the apps. You can't customize the phone hardly at all, really. And I just want to try an Android. I know a lot of people who had Androids, and they say they're much better. So I get the SIM card. $65 delivered for the SIM card, because you got to pay for the thing. And it's $45 for unlimited everything, or $60 for unlimited texting, data, and talking in the US, plus another $15 for unlimited calling out of the US, which I got to have for the fiance, because, you know, what good is a new service if I can't call the fiance or send texts to her? Now, on this plan with Straight Talks, I can't send text to her. It's not part of the deal like it is with my Sprint account. But I don't text enough that I was too worried about that. It's the phone calls that are more important. So I get the SIM card, put it in the thing. Oh, geez, the signal strength's better. It sounds good. It's working good. I'm like, all right, excellent. But like, this looks like this is going to work out for me. Turns out, no. Turns out, under the little small print that they don't tell you about, in order to make a long-distance call, you have to call a separate number and then punch in your number that you want to call. Almost like a phone card. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I should just call a number. Why do I got to call a special number, then manually enter in the number I want to call? I mean, that's just so stupid in today's technology. And then, once I did that, it didn't work. I look on the thing, site says Thailand covered. I call them up, and I say, hey, you know, I did, or actually I got online with the live person on Straight Talk, and I'm typing it in, and he's telling me how to do all this stuff. I said, I did all that. It's not working. All of a sudden he comes back and says, well, you got to call this tech number and give him this code number. And he clicks out, and he's done chatting with me. I'm like, really? Okay. So I call the number. It's a dude in India. I'm like, are you kidding me? Seriously? We've outsourced everything now? Really? Besides PayPal? It's like, I just couldn't deal with it. This is the next day after the green dot, and I was just like, no. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't keep my cool. My blood pressure was all the way boiling. So this now means I've wasted this money. So, this week, I was scammed for $105. I spent $65 on a thing that didn't pan out for me at all. So I'm in the hole for $170. Plus, I've got $55 in my green dot card that's locked until I get the new card. I know, huh? Crazy. So I'm like $230 gone. Just gone. I was like, really? I don't have $230 to give up. I don't know about you, but $230 is almost what I make in a week. Do I look like I can give up that kind of money? So, I come back to work Friday. I'm supposed to work the front gate. Well, we had somebody break into a house and actually steal some stuff. One of the things they stole was a computer that had a tracking monitor on it. And they tracked it to a place right here in the place I work. So there's this guy down here who's gotten in here somehow, a 19-year-old kid, got a rap sheet like you read about. And they send the cops over to get it. Well, of course, the kid, being somebody who's in a criminal intent, it's like, oh, you can't come in, you ain't got a search warrant. And the cops are like, yeah, and they leave. They don't do anything. So now we're working double patrols. So I ended up working last night with the other guy that works patrol. We're both on for the whole shift. One's watching the house. We got eyes on the house the entire 8-hour shift. The other guy's roaming around. And we're doing that right on through till at least Monday. I'm like, oh. So, yeah, it's been that kind of week. I'm so mad about the money situation. Don't get me wrong, I'm not money oriented. It's the fact that it was frustrating that I was a victim of a scam and I got no satisfaction from my credit card company, and then they had the nerve to charge me $5 to replace my card after they refused to do anything to help me get my money back. So I don't think I'm ever going to get the $105 back, to be honest with you. I'm pretty much, that's just not even going to ever happen. I'll get the new card, which will freeze up the $55, which I'll empty out the cut, and then I'll take that card, the new one and the old one, and I'll take them outside and I'll burn those things in the front yard, because, and this is the last thing I did this week, I finally went and opened up a checking account where I got my savings account, and it's all free. I'm like, why didn't I do this before? I got a card and everything. It's all set up. No fees. Move some money around. Oh, and here's the last thing. Because this isn't enough. I bought the SIM card. I have a credit card. I only have one credit card. It's a credit card to help you build back your credit. I bought the SIM card using that because obviously the Green Dot card was locked up. And I forgotten about it, and I went to the store the same day and spent some money, and they both cleared. So now my credit card's over the limit. I'm like, really? Really? So I'm just, literally, it's just been that kind of week. So I apologize not for getting the video up sooner, but, you know, spending time with the fiance, then getting very frustrated because we were going to go to Tampa on Tuesday. That got washed out because that's when this whole thing started. $105 gone out of my thing that I'd set aside for the Tampa trip. And it just kind of kept on trucking after that, right up through till Thursday, and then I was just, I got up this morning, Saturday morning, well, actually almost Saturday afternoon, because I got home at 6 this morning, because I worked 10 to 6 last night. I had a wicked migraine. Finally got rid of that, but I'm just feeling like crap. I'm miserable, and I'm a little ticked off about how poorly I was treated. But I've switched, got my bank. I've got my new, I get paid this coming Thursday. So I called my boss. I said, you got to cancel my direct deposit. I said, that card's been locked up. I said, I got to get a check. I said, it's important. So he calls up to headquarters, and supposedly they said, okay, yeah, no problem. They're going to send me a check. So instead of getting direct deposit on Thursday, I'll get a check Friday. And once I get a couple of checks in and get myself back on even keel, I'll set up direct deposit into my now checking account. So, but yeah, so a lot of frustration. I'm really, stress level is very high. So it wasn't one of my better weeks, but it is what it is. Anyway, I've rambled on now far too long. God, almost 13 minutes. Just wanted to fill you in what's going on. I really want to make more videos for you guys, but it seems like I've been having some issues with the outside world trying to mess with me. So, as it stands, I called Sprint today. They're saying, geez, you know, we can't match that Straight Talk. You know, and in order to keep this S4, the fiance wants it on, I have to buy another line. It's another $50 a month, and I'm just like, I can't afford that. Now, I could set this phone up to work strictly on Wi-Fi, because when I'm at the house, she could use it. Plus, it's got Skype on it, so she could use this phone to call, you know, and stuff when she's here. Plus, the S5 has the ability to be a hotspot, which means while we're in the vehicle, she could still use this phone on the other thing. But if she's in the car with me with the S5, she could just use that. So, I may end up sticking with Sprint, because not only do I want to get an Galaxy X5, they're expensive, $500 to $700 if you buy an unlocked one, so that I can use it on any SIM card that I want. But if you sign on a 2-year contract with Sprint, it's only $199. So, I don't know. I mean, this S4 is nice that I got, the iPhone S4, or the 4S, excuse me, I should say it the right way, is nice, but it's starting to have some problems. I mean, it's an older phone. When I bought it, it was not a new phone. It was a reconditioned phone from Sprint. So you're looking at a 3, maybe even almost 4-year-old phone. So it's time for a new phone. And if I'm going to sign a 2-year contract, then I want a brand new phone. I not want a reconditioned phone this time. So, I don't know. Trials and tribulations. Remember the days when you didn't have to have a cell phone? But I use my cell phone for so much. I can't give up my cell phone. But it would have been nice to at least cut the monthly bill a little bit, or at least gotten a phone for free for the signing on. The phones they give you for free are the flip phones. I mean, good Lord, who still uses a flip phone? Well, some of you do, I know, but most people don't. And I'm one of them. I have to have my unlimited stuff because I use a lot of it. And not to mention the international calling, which is becoming really hard to get, surprisingly, which I don't understand that at all. And a lot of people don't give you unlimited data anymore. I'm like, really? How bloody cheap are you guys becoming? See, I'm already getting myself worked up. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. Hopefully everything's going good with you guys. Hopefully we can put up some better videos here. I do apologize. Stick with me, guys. The trials and tribulations, the highs and the lows. Good times, good times. All right. I'll catch you wonderful people in the next video.